Hello everyone, so again for the sake of copyright I will be showing gameplay instead of showing clips from the show, and so I don't have any risk of getting a strike. Please like and subscribe or support me on Patreon. I would love to do this full time if possible. Also, before I get into it, this is a spoiler warning as I will be talking about a lot of different moments in the show. So I watched Takopii's Original Sin, and damn, this show is something. It is equally as great as it is depressing. Like damn, what a watch. I think the art style is so great. It is reminiscent of a kid's show, and that's what it was inspired by. You can tell that the character Takopii is supposed to be a parody of Doraemon, with its gadgets and go-lucky attitude. The art is as rough as it is beautiful, and the roughness allows for the anime to be dynamic in its camera usage and emotive in its characters. Like when the kid with the glasses, Azuma, is at the table, and his mom tells him that she's going to stop caring about him. The camera starts panning to him, and the scene gets like super stretched out. It makes that feeling of dread that he's feeling, that feeling of sorrow, that much more sorrowful. The shots of Shizuka all beaten up are simple, but they really hit home on what is going on with her life, even if you can't exactly describe it. When Marina is about to stab Takopii in the eye with the pen, then the pen goes down and it cuts to black. And there are more dark scenes than that. This show is surprisingly dark. I kind of knew what I was getting into, but I had no idea how dark it was going to get. And the thing is, no matter how much the characters are in the shitter, no matter how much bad stuff they do, you really feel for all the characters. You see the intent behind each character, what drives them to do what they do, and eventually what causes their downfall. That moment in the first episode when Shizuka asks for the ribbon, you know that something bad is going to happen, even though you don't know exactly what that bad thing is going to be. And when that thing happens, man, does it hit. Like you are speechless at how dark this show can get. And you would think that Takopii's bright and hopeful attitude would kind of ruin the show and be annoying and ruin those moments where silence would have been the usual choice. But the contrast, in my opinion, sort of alleviates the situation, but at the same time makes things darker somehow and makes the moment hit more close to home. And it's not like the show doesn't know when to make Takopii quiet and have those dark moments be what they are. When Takopii is impersonating Marina, and Marina's mom starts to hit Takopii, that is when Takopii's demeanor changes and goes from cheery and hopeful to scared and timid. When that happens, you know that shit just went down. I also think that the runtime of the show helps it. The show is only 6 episodes long, making for a short but impactful series that you cannot put down. It is short enough not to be overwhelming, but long enough to tell its story in an effective manner. That twist in episode 5 when it turns out Takopii's initial goal was to come back in time and kill Shizuka, my mind was blown away. I was like, holy shit. Like, they were sort of hinting at it this whole time with why Takopii was unable to return back to his home planet. And when that moment hit, it was like, damn. And that's how you feel about this whole show. Like, damn. And that ending when Shizuka is punching Takopii, and then further in when Shizuka and Marina see the Takopii drawing and start crying, the ending is so bittersweet, because even though Takopii sacrificed himself to set things back to the way they were, both Shizuka and Marina's lives are still fucked, but at least now they have each other and Chappie. There were some aspects of the show though that I did think were kind of weird or did not seem right. Like, for one, are all of the adults in the show absolute dicks? Like, even the teachers? Shizuka is clearly getting bullied, but the adults all just don't care. Like, even the teacher is like, oh, your desk is telling you to die? Not my problem. The most hated character, in my opinion, is Shizuka's mom and Marina's dad. Like, those two just don't give a rat's ass about their families at all, and it was downright depressing seeing how these two adults were just absolutely irredeemable creatures. Like, the adults in the show are all just terrible to their kids, and that just did not sit right. Like, really, not one good adult. Even Shizuka's dad is fucked up when he says he doesn't know Shizuka. Chappie is really all she has. And as a whole, to be honest, the show was a bit too depressing for my liking. Like, damn, I'm already depressed and have anxiety in real life. I don't need to add more shit to my plate. I also think that the ending did feel a bit rushed and sort of Deus Ex Machina. Like, it did feel a bit rushed to me. Overall though, despite the issues I had with the show, I do think that it was an excellent watch. I would give the show a 9 out of 10.